Throughout the ages, people have made the decision to put their lives on hold and venture out to explore the world on a shoestring budget. Carrying everything they need to survive on their backs, these intrepid travellers voluntarily subject themselves to substandard living conditions in exchange for something extraordinary.
Huh?
It's been a good year, boys.
I
don't think there'll ever be another time in my life where I'll travel to 20 countries in 1 year, and not to mention with my two best mates.
I never want to see you two ever again once again.
The three of us have been on the road for a year. It's hard to believe we're actually on our way home. For the last 12 months, we've lived a tight-ass existence. As we drink ourselves to sleep, the pilot flies us closer towards our old lives, and we can't help but revisit the insane year we've just had and the unique characters we've met along the way. But in the state we're in, it's hard to remember back to when this all began.
Welcome to Backpackers. I've just woken up. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. We're in Melbourne. It's about 10 days before we leave for London, and I'm going to ring up a clairvoyant and see if she'll tell us a little bit about what's going to happen over the next year.
I take 5 curses off a week.
Wow.
Just be careful of things stolen. I see a little short blonde girl for you. And I see a tiny person with big green eyes.
Some good news for Jag, but not so good for Lee.
I feel that you're going to have a child in the next 2 years.
Right in the eye.
Alright, my name's Jay. I work currently as a pizza chef. Done that for about 3 years. Never liked it. No one likes to make pizzas.
My name's Mick, I'm 24.
I was a sound recordist with a travelling TV show, and we travelled all over the world. The first job I had was I went to Greece, I went to the Greek islands. And now I'm an editor. I just spend all my time in a dark hole.
Can I please have 1 ticket for the merry-go-round?
My name's Lee Marnie. I'm 23 years old and I make ice cream for a living.
I've travelled very little. I've barely been out of the state. I've never been on a plane.
I don't have any spare time at all. Any time that I do have, I use it to work, and then any time I've got left over, I spend on picking up.
Now, it's time to do something for me.
So I think it's about time to take a break, and like I said, just hop on a plane and off.
And I know that after going to Europe and coming back, I'm just not going to be scared of anything. I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, there's just one more thing. I'm a virgin!
I went 23 years of my life without sex. How did it make me feel? Not good. Didn't make me feel good, obviously.
My very sweet mother who's a bit afraid of the camera. We're leaving for the airport in a few hours. Unfortunately, my dad's not taking it too well. He's just had a heart attack recently. He's still pretty ill. And every time I try to talk to him, he's pretty much on the verge of tears, which is
He's crying and crying. Very upset.
I just want to spend some more time with him before I go, but it's just making him so much worse. It's
Probably going back about 7 months now. My stepmother got killed, car accident, guy fell asleep at the wheel. I realised that in a second you can have a dream of going somewhere next week. The last thought that I want to go through my head is, honestly, I have no regrets. If you say you're going to do something, you do it. And you don't only just do it, but you do it there and then.
It's pretty easy to say I definitely feel selfish leaving behind my dad. He had a stroke about 3 years ago.
If I get sick or if I can't get, I do not want you to come back. Stay in Europe. Don't stuff up your holiday just for me.
If I don't do it now, I'm just not going to do it.
See ya! See ya! Off we go.
We're just about to go through the big silver gate.
This is it. We've been waiting for this moment for the last 2 or so years. We're about to get on the plane that's going to take us to the other side of the world.
This is the toilet on a Boeing 747. It's a claustrophobic nightmare, but still, every year thousands of couples come here to practice coital activities and join one of the most fastest growing exclusive clubs in the world. I'm talking, of course, of the Mile High Club. For single travellers, it's not particularly easy to join, but I'm up for the challenge.
Earlier, before we boarded the plane, I met a girl at the airport.
I just met this person.
She was blonde, cute, and just happened to be on our plane. This was my chance.
I'm going to try and join the Mile High Club tonight. I reckon she's keen. I think she's on her way to Italy, which means I've only got till Singapore to, try and score.
I started with some general conversation, just to test the waters.
Have you heard of the Mile High Club?
Yeah.
Have you ever been a member of the Mile High Club?
No.
Then I moved in for the kill.
So, would you like to go into the toilets and have sex with me?
Is he serious? Does he actually think that I'm going to do that? Do you think I'm actually going to take it? Say, yeah. Oh my god, that's a wicked idea. Oh my god, are you for real? Can we right now? No.
Fair enough. Oh well.
Goodbye.
I'm gonna go join it by myself. See ya.
Roughly a day later, our plane touches down at Heathrow Airport, the busiest in the world. We find ourselves 16,913 kilometres from home. We're in a foreign land with no idea what to do next.
Very, very surreal.
We're overseas.
London. Cloudy, overcast London. First stop on our European tour. 7,619,000 whinging Poms live in this overcrowded little town. It's the home of the Crown Jewels, Bangers and Mash, and punk rock. This is the Queen's stomping ground, where everything costs almost 3 times as much as back in Oz. Our first temporary home away from home. We just needed to find a place to crash.
And we don't really know where to go, so we're just going to ask some people, see if we can find out. I just wanted to ask you a couple of quick questions.
Excuse me, mate. Not too many friendly people in this place. No one really wants to talk to us.
Unfortunately, Londoners aren't really known for their friendliness, but our persistence eventually pays off.
Window washer.
Did you just got over it now? What, today? From Australia? Oh, man. Places to stay you want? What, like cheap places? You're in totally the wrong area around here. I'd do more of Europe than I would of England's. Honestly. Don't trust anyone in England. They'll scam you. People will rip you off before they can move. They'll scam you. If they think they can get something out of you, they'll have it, so be careful.
But the window washer warning was quickly forgotten. We moved on to experience our first taste of the sweet, sweet hostel life. And we really liked what we were tasting.
We're in our own little hostel.
And just through that wall is the bar.
I've stayed in a hostel like this. I think that people get an opportunity to meet other travellers like themselves, especially people first time away from home.
So much fun! I'm loving it.
Don't let anyone fool you. Hostel life is what it's cracked up to be. But it's also a very strange existence.
Hi.
In a 12-bed shared dorm, new roommates arrive and leave almost every day.
No one's getting changed.
In this tight-ass way of life, the staple diet exists primarily of beer, and then anything else with even a hint of flavour.
These are great.
Yes, this is the highlight. In fact, this night we dine in style. On the menu,
cheesy baked beans
on toast.
They look great. What's that huge chunk of cheese? Cheese. Big blocks.
And we need our cheesy bean-fueled energy. For tonight, we're leaving the hostel to venture to the outside world.
Love is in the air in London with Valentine's Day rapidly approaching, but unfortunately not everyone has a date, and one new and innovative way to get a date is speed dating. So how does it work? Well, you take 45 horny guys, 45 horny girls, and everybody gets themselves a scorecard and a 3-minute date with every member of the opposite sex in the room. 45 chances to meet Mr. or Mrs. Right. Tonight, Lee is the backpacker's guinea pig. Do you think you'll find love here?
45 beautiful women in there, James. I think I've got a good chance. I've got my scorecard. All I have to do is fill it out. Badge number, name, and tick or no tick. Hope I get a few ticks.
Let the dating begin.
Everybody in the room simultaneously starts to bust their moves, with no time to make a lasting impression.
Nice to meet you too. You get used to it after a while. I've told my details about 35 times already. I think I'm starting to get sick of it. I don't know how the girls like it.
I'm a little bit worried that Lee is getting all the women, and James and I are here operating the cameras, which is, it's a job.
3 minutes at a time, the night became older. We all became drunker, and the chicks became even hotter.
Of the people that you talk to tonight, what percentage of those people's boobies would you like to touch?
It's 80. One guy sang John Bon Jovi to this woman.
Hey baby.
I don't think that was the way to go about it.
Hey baby. Hey baby.
A lot of people started slurring their words and falling when they went to sit on the chair, and people were going, "So, what do you do?"
45 dates, and several drinks later, the night was over, and I was all dated out.
Captain Datathon, what's the prognosis?
Many dates, more dates than I've ever had in my life. I got a phone number, going to a party this Saturday night. Log on to the internet site, see how many ticks and crosses I got.
That night, Lee received 24 ticks and 21 crosses.
But had all this dating been in vain? The next night, and the day before Valentine's Day, I meet a girl the traditional way, getting pissed in a karaoke bar.
The shit thing about pubs in London is they close at 11 PM, so you got to get in early. And Lee was well on his way. We'd met a group of 10 American girls
Lovely ladies.
and put on a show sure to impress. A young woman by the name of Lexi tickled Lee's fancy, and sparks began to fly. They exchanged numbers, and soon even larger sparks flew. This was to be the beginning of something almost half beautiful.
I don't really know what this means for the rest of our plans. I didn't expect to do my nuts over a chick so quickly and so early on in the trip. I guess when you're travelling like this, a lot can happen in a short amount of time, as we were about to find out in the next 12 minutes.
You see, in another place, at another time, something not so great was about to happen.
Mick, Lee and I, and 3 Swedish girls, are heading to the initial backpacking venue that we went to when we first got to London. You know those times directly before some unexpected bad goes down? Those happy-go-lucky minutes before you cut your finger open or you step on a nail. For some reason I actually wasn't expecting that. When you're totally oblivious to the trouble that lies ahead and you have absolutely no idea that somewhere a clock is counting down and that happy, carefree smile is about to get wiped off your face.
Shut the bus, shut man. What? It's Monday.
This is one of those moments. Oh no. Oh no. Suddenly, all our plans were put on hold. This is such bad news.
Next time on Backpackers.
I have to get major dental surgery done.
We've decided to quit our jobs and move to Ireland, of all places, to get up there in time for St Patrick's Day.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've found our van.